Welcome to Koala Gardens. It's time to have a bit of a who's who at Koala Gardens look over the last couple of months. I'm a little bit behind in doing some monthly roundups, so I've mixed August and September together. And the first one we're going to see is this day I came along on my quad bike. You can see the front of the quad bike there, and that was Astra I was looking at. And not too far away, turn to the left and look up into a tree beside me, and look at this. It's Valentine. They would know that each other are there, but they're obviously not really taking any notice of each other today. I wonder if they took any notice of each other that night. All of my video is completely free on YouTube, and yet it is brought to you thanks to the amazing people who support me behind the scenes all the time. For example, the sponsors of my calendars, the In the Loop adopters, and my ever-growing Patreon family. There's some great perks to joining me over on Patreon for as little as $2 a month. And I want to acknowledge the Widjabul Waible people of the Bundjalung Nation, on whose land I am so proud to live, work and play. It's always great to see Elmo at Koala Gardens, and I am seeing him a little bit less each month because you can see that he is growing bigger and bigger and he's maturing out, and so he's expanding the amount of territory he covers. And just look at how high he is up in this mature forest red gum tree. It can be surprising. I can see him much lower down in wattles like he is here in this photo, and then the next day way, way, way up high, just how a koala should be. And Momo seems to have settled in quite well, but then this new male Woody has come along as well, and it was really fun getting Woody named. Well, Woody and Momo have met each other now, so it's going to be interesting to see how or if that impacts Momo's movements around the place. Momo is sitting in an Angophora tree not too far from the house on this particular day. That nose pattern of his makes him so easily recognised. It's really quite an astounding nose pattern. Most of the time I see Momo in Area 1, and here he is in the big forest red gum that sits just outside my kitchen window. I mean, how lucky a person am I to live with the koalas this way? Koala Gardens is a wildlife sanctuary on private property, so that means that I donate a lot of my own money, time and resources to looking after koala habitat with hundreds and hundreds of wildlife, all living here in peace. Now Woody, he is our latest male addition to the property. Because Koala Gardens has no fences and the koalas here are wild, they can come and go however they need to and move through the landscape. That means each day when I go out looking for koalas, I have no idea what I'll find, who I'll find, how many koalas, where they'll be. It just makes it a really fun adventure every day. And whenever a new koala comes along, it is super exciting because koalas coming in means there's connectivity of habitat out there. And that is what we need for koalas to survive. Now, are you ready for Onyx with her Joey on her front to do a jump? She's lining herself up, she's looking, measuring distances, getting into the best position, getting the angle right, and here she goes. Let's go into slow motion. Joey just learnt so many things through that experience. Onyx is being a fantastic mum, and Joey is growing so fast. It never ceases to amaze me how quickly Joey's mature on. Look at Joey sleeping there in her lap as though he's still quite a little baby, but he's actually becoming quite independent. Another way that you can support what I'm doing here is you can use that super thanks button below, the heart sign with the dollar in it. You can give as little as $2, and every little bit helps me to be able to do the work I'm doing and bring all of this content to you. I want to have a bit more of a look at Onyx and her Joey, because you'll be amazed at how high up in the trees they can be with Joey separate from Mum, even at such a young age. It's when I pull back and zoom right out that you get a bit of an appreciation of just how high up they are in the canopy. That's the place where koalas are made to live, in the canopies of the forest. We'll zoom back in so that you can be sure you can see that, yes, there are 2 koalas there, 1 big mama and 1 little Joey up in the treetops. I like being able to give a little bit of a look at the landscape that the koalas are in, as well as the close-up of the koalas themselves. This time they are in a younger tree, so it's only probably about 12 metres tall. And Joey's a lot closer to Mum. Mum is quite soundly asleep, but Joey's awake and just having a bit of a look around, probably getting a bit of mischief in mind pretty soon. Quite a lot of September was fairly breezy here, so you can see those trees blowing about. Is there a koala or 2 up there? I'm zooming in. There's Onyx. Now, she seems to be in a pretty sensible place, doesn't she? In a fork of a tree, sleeping away. And now if I pull back and move across and down, there's Joey sleeping just as soundly, even though they are being blown about by that breeze. That's what we call our boreal animals. And we'll finish the month off with Valentine. Our big boy, the alpha of the property. He's sleeping quite soundly there, and you can see that he's got both feet and 1 arm tucked up and just holding on with one of his hands. And again, if I zoom out, you can see that he's high up in the trees on the edge of the rainforest pocket. Valentine's another one that's got a fantastic nose pattern to use for identification. And really, his terrific nose pattern is how he got his name, because it kind of looks like a heart drawn around the edges of his nostrils, and that sparked someone to put forward the name Valentine, and it just won the vote, hands down. Did you know that if you become a patron of Koala Gardens, you can be one of the ones who gets to put forward names that might possibly get given to the koalas? That's a great perk of being a patron. If you can't afford to do that, no worries. You still get to vote using the free social media on names that have been put forward by the patrons. We're going to finish the month off with having a good look there at Valentine's hand and a foot. Just look at the position he's in and how well he's showing them off to us. He's such a cool and calm koala, which is what we expect of an alpha male. Well, you've done it. You've made it to the end of yet another Koala Gardens video. So would you make sure you've smashed that like button and take a moment to write into the comments below, I know who all the koalas are. Thanks so much for watching. There's lots more great Koala Gardens video coming your way soon. Another way that you can support the work that I'm doing here is whenever you are looking for a new t-shirt or a hoodie or a hat or a gift for someone, hop over to my Redbubble store and just check out some of the gorgeous koala designs there that could just be the thing that you're looking for. There's over 60 different pieces of merchandise available, sustainably printed and posted for you.